Go for liftoff in T-minus 30.
Stand by for further instructions, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment.
Secondary guidance systems engaged.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, it will be on my mark.
All systems are a go. All systems are a go.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, you are over the target. You are authorized to fire at will.
Well, hey, thanks for tuning in. This is kind of an impromptu, no warning whatsoever kind of live stream, and thanks for being here. I am TC. This is MBRR Media, currently available for streaming on Rumble or YouTube. So if that's where you're watching, hit the comment section and let me know where you're coming from. Really appreciate everybody that's been tuning in and hanging out over the last couple of weeks. Been putting out a lot of shorts, especially on YouTube. Trying to figure out how to hit the algorithm on Rumble. My content is not Rumble friendly in many of the same ways that it is in other places. But hey, if you are a channel member, thanks for being a channel member. Thanks for committing to that. Thanks for that support, especially, shout out to show producer level supporters like the Angry Vet or IMAF from Subscribestar, and my Anonymous, who has just been a great friend to the work that I do. She knows who she is, and I can't thank her enough. Also, thank you to all of the subscribers. Very much, very, very much thankful for the fact that we are quickly approaching 5,000 subscribers, which doesn't seem like a lot to some of you, but is actually a really, never thought we'd get there, but we are getting closer every day. Numbers are growing, so that's great. If you are a follower who's followed me because of my work over at the Veteran Nation, thank you very much. Make sure you're tuning in. We had a great live stream. We had Mindy Robinson on, and we had she had some technical difficulties with audio and connections, but it was a great show, and I've got a commitment from Mindy once she gets some things figured out with her technical stuff, especially when she gets her internet figured out, she's going to be coming on, and we're going to be having an episode of Libertarian Lowdown with Mindy Robinson. So that's coming up. So I want to talk about this video that we're going to be watching together. And I hope you guys are going to hit the like and share this out. I just came across this video this afternoon, and I wanted to get to this before I got busy with my week. And this is going to be right up the alley for some of you who watch. But this we're catching the after effect of a traffic stop of a gentleman who realizes there's something off about the cop who's pulled him over. And I'll be putting this up as a 3-minute short on this channel tomorrow, so you can see it in its full glory without my commentary. But this video is damning, and it really says a lot about who we are as a country when we think about the reality that if what you see from this cop in this video were how you were behaving on a traffic stop, there would be no question that you would be cuffed up, thrown in the back of a caged squad car, and hauled off to the local detention center to be booked on suspicion, at the very least, of driving under the influence of something. And so we're going to watch this and see how it plays out, because this is disturbing. And even seeing his face isn't nearly as important as what we're going to see from the cops that show up on scene. So without any further ado, here we go.
Look at him.
No.
Look at him.
So,
High as fuck.
We're getting a little buffering, so stand by.
High as fucking on the job.
like I told
Gonna
you.
come and deal with shit.
No, like I told you. You're coming off a double and you got in a bad back.
That's
So
right.
relax.
Yep. Call your sergeant right now. Call your
I
sergeant.
want you guys to hear that again.
Call your
Yeah.
sergeant.
Oh, man.
Call your sergeant. I want you.
I want you to hear that excuse again.
Look at him.
So,
High
real
as
quick.
fuck.
I would say,
High as fucking on the job.
like I told
Gonna
you.
come and deal with shit.
No, like I told you. You're coming off a double and you got in a bad back.
He's coming off a double, and he's got a bad back. Now, having worked 12-hour shifts when I worked for the sheriff's office as a detention deputy, there were a few times where we had to work longer. Now, I don't know what these guys' shifts are, but I'm going to say if it's a double, let's assume they're 8-hour shifts. Let's just assume these are 8-hour shifts. So he's coming off a double. So now he's coming at the end of a 16-hour day. You don't look like this at the end of a 16-hour day. You don't look like this just because you've had a bad back. Okay? So we've got the cover story going. Fellow cops are in here feeding this story that this guy is, he's just coming off a double. He's really tired, and he's got a bad back. Have sympathy for him. Don't you you would not get that. And by the way, driving tired can also get you charged with reckless endangerment or even distracted driving in some places. You do not get to say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm just really tired." That can actually result in a charge. But this is not a bad back situation.
That's right.
So relax.
Yep. Call your sergeant right
Look
now.
at him. Look at him.
Call your sergeant.
We're not gonna
Call your
yeah.
sergeant.
Oh, we're not gonna do this.
Call your sergeant. I want your sergeant here. I have my rights to call.
I want to correct the videographer here. I cannot think of any agency where you have a right for a sergeant. It's kind of an untenable position, quite frankly. And excuse me if I take a drink while I'm talking here. It's an untenable position for most agencies to send out a sergeant or a supervisor, lieutenant, or anything like that every time somebody demands. If that became the policy that a sergeant or a lieutenant or some supervisor had to show up every single time somebody made a demand, you'd have to have more sergeants than you do regular cops. Now, this guy's got a legitimate beef, right? I don't know what he got pulled over for. I don't know what the supposed infraction is, and it doesn't matter. The guy's got a legitimate beef. He's got the video evidence that this guy is blitzed out of his mind. And now he's got video evidence that these cops are covering for their blue line buddy. And people tell me all the time, OTC, you overreact. Cops don't cover for each other. Bull crap, they don't. This is clear evidence that they do cover for each other. And if you're going to say, well, they're these are the good guys. These aren't good guys. These cops covering for cops are not good guys. They're right here, seeing how he's behaving, they should at the very least have removed him from the scene, taken the squad car keys from him, and then also on their own called supervisor and said, "Hey, Sarge, hey, Lieutenant, can you get down here?" Behovovitz, or whatever his name is something's going on here. He's off. But no, they cover for him.
Call a sergeant here.
We're
So
gonna
call
call.
your sergeant right now.
All right, we're gonna cover.
Call your sergeant. What's your name?
Officer Mates.
What's
Hey,
your
real
name?
quick, Officer
What's your name?
They are.
Protecting him. What's your name?
They are
My name,
protecting
Officer Sapinski.
And what's your name? Probably don't even know. Can't even speak.
Look at that.
Nope.
So, let me
No, this motherfucker's high. Look at him.
No,
Gonna lose your
wrong.
job, motherfucker. Gonna lose your job. Gonna lose your job, motherfucker.
Now, there again, the videographer is doing a great job of recording what's going on. Narrative, it's a very good idea when you film cops, which you should always film cops, by the way. Always film the cops. Always film police. Always film police. Walking by, you see a traffic stop? Walking by, see a traffic stop, you film police. Cops pull you over, film police. You always film police. That's the way it is. If you're not filming police, if you don't have dash cams, and I've got a video coming out next Monday for Monday Night Musings, showing why you should always film public servants. Film every public servant. They have no expectation of not being filmed. You have every right in the book to film them, especially if you're the subject of the interaction. Always film them. But this guy's got everything he needs. He doesn't need the added narrative of, you're going to lose your job, buddy. Well, for one, cops rarely lose their jobs because of video like this. Very rarely lose their jobs. So it's whatever the case might be, this guy has a legitimate beef. He's got the video evidence, and he can file it, start off as a complaint. Start it off in a way where he's like, hey, I got a complaint. What's going on with this guy? Take it to the local media if you have to. We know how the local media is, but very rarely will they ever do a true report on a cop that acts like this. So we're gonna watch the rest of this play out, and I don't know that the videographer here is an auditor. I don't know him from Adam. I really don't know his background. I don't know his history. All I know is what we're seeing here, and once again, it's a great example of doing what you have every constitutionally enshrined right to do, which is film police, film public servants in the course of their duties, especially when you're the subject of the traffic stop. So let's just watch how these cops play it out. And they clearly protect this guy. They're protecting one of their own.
Look at him! Look at him! Gonna lose his job! Gonna lose his job! The drunk motherfucker coming to the job, trying to correct me. Yup. Look at him. Call your sergeant. Call your sergeant. Yeah. Trying to protect his boyfriend. I would be ashamed of having him as a partner too. I would. Fucking disgrace. Disgrace, bro. This guy. Look at this guy. No.
You guys feel leave. Come on.
No, I want to talk to the sergeant.
There's no sergeant.
I want to get him fired.
Yeah,
He's gonna get
Sergeant.
fired.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Come on. Joseph,
Yeah.
come on, buddy.
I wanna
We're
talk.
all talking.
And come at me.
So there again, he has no right. He has no right to see a sergeant. There's no agency in the world that in the United States, and that has a policy that you must present a sergeant when asked for, or any kind of supervisor. And once again, if you heard here, the big burly guy said, this isn't, well, we'll just go back and listen to it so we can hear him.
Leave. Come on.
No, I want to talk to the sergeant.
There's no sergeant.
I want to get him fired.
Yeah,
He's gonna get
Sergeant.
fired.
He's fine.
Yeah.
Come on. Joseph,
Yeah.
come on,
I
buddy.
wanna
We're
talk.
all talking.
And come at me.
We're all having a good time, buddy.
He
Come
never
on.
came in on you. Nobody.
Nobody's
He's doing his
disrespecting you
job.
or
He
nothing,
came
buddy.
in.
Come on, buddy.
It's funny. It's funny.
Such a civil issue.
No.
Okay, so there he said it. It's a civil issue, and it's not a civil issue. What this is it's a reality of this cop is under the influence of something. This cop is clearly under the influence of some sort of substance, and for the purpose of being on duty, or for the purpose of being behind the wheel in his official capacity, he cannot be operating a vehicle while on a medication, even if this is a prescription medication for his bad back, he cannot be driving a vehicle and operating in his official capacity when he's clearly inebriated, clearly intoxicated to some level. And that's what people you don't understand. If that were you, if you were driving and you were stopped and your behavior looked exactly like this cop, that's not a civil issue. That's not an internal discipline issue. He should be charged criminally. He should absolutely be charged criminally. But these cops, his Blue Line Brotherhood, is backing him up. And this is why people are turning on him.
Close the door on him.
Oh, that's good.
Close the door. Not. Why are you touching me? Don't touch me.
You're in my personal space.
I'm not in your personal
Yes,
space.
you are. Man.
You're
I hate this when cops close the distance and then tell you you're in my personal space. No, if you don't want somebody up in your face, unless you're going to arrest somebody for something, and you better have an articulable reason why you're arresting them, when you close a distance with somebody, you don't get to say, get out of my personal space. At this point, this is strictly a consensual interaction now. This big guy, Big Nose here, is looking for a reason, and this videographer is kind of an idiot. He says something here that I do not agree with him in the way he says it.
You're protecting your buddy. No,
Let's go back to the
you
house.
can arrest me for this.
No,
Go right ahead.
I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and there again, the cop recognizes he doesn't have anything to arrest him on. He's trying to come up with a reason, and this is where the videographer screws up.
Exactly. Look at him.
Sorry for the buffer, guys.
Look at him. What you do, buddy?
What?
What you do?
What do you mean? What I do? I didn't do anything.
Did you shoot up? Too much shrooms?
Okay.
Let's go
Or
back to the
something?
house.
What's wrong, buddy?
Let's
Too
go
much to
back
drink
to
on
the
the
house.
job? Nope. And you can stop touching me. Don't fucking touch me.
Listen, you're in
Don't
our
fucking
personal
touch me.
space.
I'm not in your personal
You
space.
just work.
Why? Because I got your buddy fucking high as
No.
fuck?
I told you, he has a bad back and he worked a fucking double.
Oh, yeah, that's why he's acting like that. You can
Shit,
stop
yeah.
trying to push up on me, bro.
I'm not. I'm
What?
standing right here.
What's your name and badge number?
I already told you. Officer Sapinski, my badge number is
All right.
163.
For touching me, we're gonna go.
Really?
Okay. Yep.
How are you going to go?
You know that.
How?
He didn't need to say that. Touch me, we're going to go. And this opens the door for the cop to say, it sounds to me like you're communicating a physical threat. And it would be a legitimate statement. If you walk up on me in public and you're filming, which there again, I don't care if people film me in public. I film a lot of crap in public. I have no problem with that. But if you walk up on me and I say, hey, give me space, or I try to walk around you and you stay in there, and then say, if you touch me again, we're going to go. This, for me, as just a guy on the street, we're going to be having a different conversation at that point. But this is the opening that this cop was looking for. This was what he was looking for, was for this guy to say something stupid. And he just said something stupid here.
Sapinski, my badge number is
All right.
163.
For touching me, we're gonna go.
Really?
Okay. Yep.
How are you going to go?
You know that.
How?
No, that's
I'll bring you to court
Okay.
for touching me for nothing.
Okay.
Because you're mad at this
I'm
guy.
not.
So, like I said, I'm going to put that up without any commentary. And, you know, the guy's got a legitimate beef. Absolutely 100% has a legitimate beef. And I don't argue against that. Could he handle it different? You know, I think if you watch Audit the Audit, I think Audit the Audit would probably give the guy probably a B-. The cops, I'd say if we were going off Audit the Audit's point system, the cops probably get a C-. because it's clear they're covering for their fellow cop, which we talk so much about holding cops to a higher standard, holding law enforcement, deputies, agents, whatever, to a higher standard. And they talk about how we hold ourselves to a higher standard. They don't. And I've experienced this. I experienced this over and over and over again. They just don't hold themselves to that really high standard that they claim that they do. They will cover for one another. And I'll take you guys back to the story that I started covering last year, when we got news of the deputy in Kandiyohi County who was drunk on duty, wrecked his squad, was doing 120 some miles an hour at some points before he wrecked. And then as we got the data from both the Minnesota State Patrol and other agencies, the data showed, and I'll try and remember to put the link to it, one of his fellow deputies acknowledged that she smelled alcohol on his breath earlier in the shift when they were gathering for platoon pictures, and that she had smelled that alcohol type aroma coming from him on numerous occasions. And the reality of this is that this is the treatment that cops get from one another. They absolutely 100% will cover from one another until you speak out, until you're willing to cross the line and do like Detective Matt Thornton does, which is he calls out bad cops. He calls out bad policing. He calls out bad actions. And now guys like Detective Matt Thornton, he gets death threats. He gets threatened with having evidence planted on him if he ever gets stopped in certain jurisdictions. I mean, I've seen the threats. So the thin blue line is neither thin nor a line. It is a very thick, impenetrable wall. And you're seeing that play out in real time in this video. It's absolutely real-time video. You're watching how they're not going to do anything about this. How many people has this guy stopped and written up for DUI or driving under the influence? And make no mistake, folks, I have no problem with drug legalization, decriminalization. As a libertarian, I absolutely believe consenting adults should be able to put whatever they want to put into their bodies at any time. But you better not be getting behind the wheel. But that applies especially to cops on duty. And they're not going to do anything about it. They're going to cover for him. So I really appreciate you guys tuning in for this impromptu live. And I hope that you'll share it out. And like I said, if you don't have dash cams, get dash cams. We'll be, releasing video that has nothing to do with an actual cop, but of another public servant in a government vehicle driving like an ass. And having that scheduled for next Monday night, we're gonna see that it's anybody in the public sector. They feel entitled to be able to do whatever they want to do, drive however they want to drive, act however they want to act because of their position in the public sector, knowing that no one's going to stop them. A deputy or a cop is not going to pull over somebody driving a county vehicle. They're just not. They're just not going to deal with it. One, writing them a ticket for what? They know it's not going to go anywhere. And if they do stop them, it's going to be one of those situations where, hey, now don't do that when people are watching. So yeah, make sure you get dash cams. Protect yourself if nothing else, because cops will make up reasons to pull you over. Cops will make up stories about your driving behavior, and dash cams will save you. Your dash cams are actually more accurate than radar on most police squads. Most police squads don't get calibrated the way they should. But the other part of that is make sure that you are watching what's going on around you. when you have dash cams, and two, if if you're having an interaction with law enforcement, you do need to record it. Absolutely need to record it. So I will try to remember to put some links to some of the stuff I'm talking about in the description of this video after it finishes processing. And I'm also going to put a link to Upside if you haven't yet. It's not a paid sponsorship at all, but I love using Upside. And if you're like me, you probably don't have a lot of extra cash sitting around. Like I work full time, but I don't have a lot of extra cash. And what Upside does, if you use my link, and wait for my link, please, because if you use my link, we both get an extra like 15 cents a gallon or something when you fill up. And it's a cashback system. You can, cash it out through like an Amazon gift card, or you can have it put right back into your bank account. And I've saved several $100s just over the last couple of years, just putting gas in my car. I haven't used it for anything like restaurants, but you can, or grocery stores, which you can. I just use it at the convenience store, put gas in. And so I'm going to put a link to the My Upside perk. And if you use that, we both get a benefit out of it. And then you can put your own link in and share it with other people, and then they get a benefit and you get that benefit as well. So be looking for that. I'm also going to be live for my city council meeting tomorrow. And I know that some people don't understand that, but that's part of my Think Local, Act Local activism. And tomorrow I'm going to be speaking during the comments section, and maybe if they open the floor during one of the discussions, I'm going to be speaking about some things that they're going to be talking about during the city council meeting tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that live. And we're working on a big story from here in Minnesota about an individual that disappeared 5 years ago. And the last people that saw him alive were law enforcement officers. So we're working on that story. We're going to see if we can get to the bottom of it. And if you happen to know somebody who is into dog handling, and they know any cadaver dog teams that like to help families find missing people, please have them reach out to me, mbrrpodcast@yahoo.com. or comment on this video. We'd love to have their help. mbrrpodcast@yahoo.com. We are looking for a volunteer cadaver dog team to help us find a man who's been missing for 5 years. That law enforcement swears up and down he's just hiding. He's been hiding for 5 years. No one who knows him has heard from him for 5 years. And they were the last people to have contact with him. So if you could help out with that, that would be great. So my friends, until next time, fight for your freedom. It is yours. Fight for your liberty. It belongs to you. And sic semper tyrannis.
We are go for liftoff in T-30. Stand by for further instructions, Minnesota Black Robe Regiment.
Secondary guidance systems engaged.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, it will be on my mark.
All systems are a go. All systems are a go.
Minnesota Black Robe Regiment, you are over the target. You are authorized to fire at will.